And we are live. This is UFC 225, Whittaker versus Romero 2, UFC Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. And before we talk about this good card, UFC 225, we got to talk about, last card. With a recap, yeah, man, it wasn't a good night. Rivera went out there and got smoked. I didn't see that coming, but, I gotta tip my hat off to Magic. That guy's damn, dude. I mean, I thought knocking out Aljo was impressive, but I just didn't think he had, the tools to beat Rivera, but knocking him out in 30 seconds, that was really impressive. Yeah, I had a bad night. I went 1-3. I went minus 8.89. Little Tamer, Daniel Tamer just didn't show up. Um, Rivera lost. Sarge won. That was my only winning bet. And then the Spitz bet. I mean, I picked him I picked him to win. And then when the Jody fight got canceled, I wanted to have one more play, and I went with Spitz. And yeah, that was a bad bet. Nothing really to talk about that. What about you?
Yeah, so I had that one canceled bet for Jody, and the losing bet for Jimmy Rivera minus 3 units. Yeah, I didn't think Magic was going to be able to pull that off. I thought that his KO over Joe was kind of like, I didn't think much of it because it was just Aljo, but I fucked up on that one because yeah, you can totally tell that it wasn't a fluke, and that if he can do that to Jimmy Rivera, he can do that to pretty much everybody. So I think Marlon Moraes is definitely going to be a contender for the division, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him fight for the UFC title and maybe even win the title. Unless I think he has a better chance of beating Garbrandt than he does Dillashaw, because I don't think Garbrandt will wrestle with him. So, but yeah, man, let's move on to the next card, man. Going to be stacked. I don't understand why CM Punk's in the pay-per-view, but I guess he sells tickets, man. I guess he moves the needle. So I'm still gonna get it because I'm still gonna watch it, definitely, because Whittaker and Romero is gonna be an epic fight. Colby Covington versus Dos Anjos is gonna be epic. Two title fights, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's start it off with Mike Santiago versus Dan EJ. First starting off into this card, I thought that Santiago was going to lose, but after looking into it, I started thinking that Santiago is really live here. He's actually pretty well rounded. He has good wrestling. He fought, what's the guy, Mads Burnell. I thought he was doing pretty good in the beginning of the fight until eventually got choked out, but he was able to defend the takedowns, even reverse some of the takedowns, and end up on top. I think Dan EJ only has one way to win, and that's his grappling. And I don't even know if it's going to be that much better than Mike Santiago. So yeah, man, Julio Arce was piecing him up, and he kind of gave up after the first round. So I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to go with Mike Santiago to get the upset. Probably just he's probably gonna stuff the takedowns and piece him up just like Arce did. So I got Mike Santiago. What about you, man? It might be worth a bet, bro, because I don't know. He's plus money. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually picked EJ before tape, but after I watched the tape, yeah, I'm actually going with you. I think Santiago's going to win.
Same.
I think he has a big size advantage. I think he's a lot bigger. He lost a decision against Mads, and then he got choked out against Zabit. But let's be real, Zabit's a top guy right now.
Yeah.
Mads isn't bad either. Mads is pretty good, and he almost choked out Mads a couple times in that fight. I mean, I feel like the size is going to be really big here, and he has a huge advantage on the feet. EJ is not much of a striker. He's a tough guy. He's a Hawaiian, but I mean, like you said, when Arce hit him in the first round, I'm pretty sure with the first combination, he just kind of froze. He doesn't really have striking. He's a tough guy, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get to the ground. And I think on the feet, Santiago's going to pick him apart. And actually, I think he might even get a knockout here. So I think all he has to do is, stuff him. But even if it's the mat, I think Santiago could kind of reverse them, and just throw some sweeps or something, because the guy is a tricky dude on the mat too. And like I mentioned, I think the size is going to be big here. So I got Santiago, and I think he's going to go out there and get a finish. I think he's going to knock him out in the third round. So he's live for sure. So next fight we got Clay Guida versus the Bronx Charles Oliveira. This is a very close fight. I've been going back and forth this fight. You know, I've been trolling you like who I'm gonna pick because I know you're a big fan of Guida, but I can't go with the quitter. You know, Oliveira is just one of those weird fighters. You know, he does good at featherweight, he does good at lightweight, and then he drops the ball when you think he's gonna win. I mean, let's be honest, he does have a good ground game, but doesn't have a good gas tank. He doesn't have a good chin. He quits a lot, and he beats guys that aren't that good. I mean, he beat Will Brooks, but Will Brooks is terrible. He's beating some good guys. You know, he beat Miles Jury, he beat Nick Wentz. The guy goes out there and he performs sometimes, but then he goes out there and just doesn't perform. You don't know what all you're gonna get. And he's getting older. He's taking a lot of damage. He tapped the strikes against Felder in this last fight. He had Felder some trouble, but then when Felder, got up, I mean, it was over. His striking, like I feel like he has good pressure, but he quits, man. He doesn't have a good chin. I don't think his striking's that good. He's like a sub or bust. And Guida, he's a very tough guy, and the guy's looked a lot better. I mean, he looked good in that T City fight. I know he lost, but it was a close fight going in the third round. He could have been winning that fight actually until he got knocked out. I'm pretty sure he was actually, but it was 1-1 going in the third. And then I know he knocked out Lozon. Lozon sucks, but he knocked him out pretty fast. Grits couldn't even knock him out that fast. And I think Alpha, changed his whole life, man. I mean, he's looked a lot better. He is small for the division, but I mean, he's a tough guy, man. He gets takedowns. The only thing I'm worried about him is obviously, he's been subbed a lot, but he hasn't been subbed in a while. I think, Team Alpha Male is probably, I'm pretty sure, they're gonna be helping him out with that for sure. So I think he can go out there and hurt him on the feet, to be honest. So I think Guida's, better on the feet. I think he can take him down. Just needs to worry about the sub. But Guida could tap him out too. I mean, Oliveira's been tapped out a lot of times. I forgot to mention that. He's been tapped out multiple times. So yeah, I got Guida. I think Guida's gonna go out there and I don't think he's gonna get a decision. I think he's gonna get a finish. I think he's gonna finish him on the ground. I think he's gonna get a TKO. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna go with Guida. He's been looking a lot better since he's been joining Team Alpha Male. He is able to get caught though in the sub. Like you said, he got subbed by Tavares pretty quickly. But since the Alpha Male, man, he's looked better and better. It's funny that you say he's kind of small for the division, and it's crazy how big these fucking featherweights are getting. You have people like Max Holloway, T City, bro. I don't know how they make 145, bro. 145, man. That's pretty. That for T City, that's impressive. Anyway, Clay Guida is starting on the lower end of the size, but I do think Oliveira is a good size up for him. Oliveira is not that big for 145 either. Clay Guida used to fight at 155 as well, so whatever. Like you said, man, Oliveira has one. It's like he has like a sub attempt and then he busts. Like that's what happened against Feldor. Like he had that one, I think it was a Darce or something like that, but he had it pretty deep, man. And Feldor stayed in there. He defended well, and he was able to get the get out of there. And then Dubronx pretty much gave up, and Felder fucked him up. And Clay Guida looked great against Lozon, smoked him. But unfortunately, yeah, he did get beat by P City. But I mean, he put up a better fight than Frankie Edgar did. So I don't know what that says, but he did do well. He did give him a fight, but he still got finished. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But Clay Guida is tough, man. Working at Team Alpha Male, I think he's gonna be getting a lot of guillotine defense up, because I think that's really his weakness when he's grappling. So I think if he keeps it standing with his wrestling, he can probably outstrike him and make him quit in there. So I'm gonna have to go with Clay Guida, man. And I've been thinking about betting it, but I am worried about the submission, the early submission by Dubronx. So that's what's making me a bit hesitant. But sometimes you got to go with your gut, So, but I got Clay Guida.
Yeah.
I got Clay Guida.
One thing I want to mention real quick is one thing I like about Guida is that his pressure, man, his pace. I mean, he really puts it on you, dude.
Yeah,
he's a weird dude. He's funny and all that stuff, but when he at the weigh-ins, but he the way he just comes at you, man. He has very good cardio, dude. So
it's similar to Grits.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Grits would beat Charles Oliveira. That's another
All
bet.
right. All right, next fight. We got Joseph Benavidez. Oh, hold on. Is that the next fight?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we
so.
got Sergio Pettis versus Joseph Benavidez. Um, well, I don't know what to say about Sergio Pettis. Let's just say he fought Cejudo. He was getting taken down at will. He does accept the position sometimes, which kind of sucks. But I do think his striking is on point, man. He has good boxing, and I thought he was tagging up Cejudo. That's why Cejudo didn't want to strike with him. That's why Cejudo was going for the takedowns. Now, Joseph Benavidez, I think his last fight was against Henry Cejudo. He's been coming off an ACL injury. This fool is not getting any younger. I don't think he's gonna wrestle, bro. I don't think he's gonna go for the takedowns. ACL injuries, that's fucking tough on your knees. Joseph Benavidez didn't go for a takedown against Cejudo. He maybe in his last 3 fights he went for a couple of takedowns, but recently he hasn't been going for wrestling. I think that's the age, that's his knees have been fucking up. So let's see how he comes back after this injury. But I do think Sergio Pettis is going to outstrike him for the decision. I'm gonna have to go with Sergio, and I'm also thinking about betting it too. But just waiting, see what happens. He's 210 right now, so kind of like that one. All right, man.
Yeah, man, I got 3 units on underdog. Sergio Pettis. Joe B. I'm a big fan. He's a good fighter, but he hasn't fought in a long time. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's on his way out, but I mean he's getting older. Honestly, man, like I bet on him versus Henry Cejudo, and I thought he won the fight. Obviously, I mean because the whole like point deduction thing. But I rewatched it the other day, and I actually scored it for Cejudo. If there wasn't that point deduction, Cejudo would have won that fight for sure. Cejudo, I mean, dude, was beating him on the feet, dude. He took him down, but I mean, Cejudo's striking, dude, looked better than Benavidez' striking in that fight, and that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because Cejudo's never been a striker, and Cejudo's been looking good. Man, I'm not gonna lie, but like you said, Sergio Pettis was hurting him on the feet. That's why he took him down. That's Cejudo. Cejudo's the best wrestler in the division, besides Mighty Mouse. And I just don't think Benavidez is going to be able to take him down. Benavidez hasn't looked for a takedown since Moraga. Like you mentioned, the ACL injury. I just don't think he's going to be able to get it. If he gets it, I think Pettis can get right back up. I know Pettis doesn't have the best takedown defense, but I mean, he has a good get up game, and I don't think he has the grappling that Cejudo has. He doesn't have that he's not heavy on top. I just don't think if he gets him down, he's going to be able to control him. And on the feet, Joe B has power. He's also a little chinny. You can say Pettis is a little chinny too, but Pettis has found a way to work his chin, and I feel like he's just the better striker. He's more technical for sure. He put on a very good performance versus Moreno. He lost the first round, got taken down, then won all 4 rounds after that. And I thought that was a very good win. I'm a big fan of both these guys, but I'm gonna have to go with Pettis, man. I just think that striking would be too much for him, and I actually I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I think he might get his first finish in the UFC in this fight. I think he's gonna hurt Benavidez and put him away. So I got Pettis by a second round TKO. Yeah, because I mean he's a decision guy, dude. He doesn't have any finishes in UFC, I don't think. But Benavidez is a little chinny, man. Cejudo dropped him
He's
too.
one of the best. He's one of the best, so I'd be surprised to see him.
He is at the top, but he hasn't fought in 2 years. I mean that ACL injury. Now he's going there against a young guy who improves every fight. He's one of the best strikers in the division, in my opinion, by far. He's a young kid. He's like 23 years old. I mean, he could be the future champ, to be honest. He just needs to work on his all-around game. But I really think Sergio Pettis is just going to outclass him on the feet. So next fight, we got Rashad Evans, the ghost of Rashad Evans versus Anthony Smith. Yeah, man, the line's off. I'm sorry, the line's not off. The line's not playable. If Anthony Smith was like minus 200 range, yeah, I'd play him here, He's going up in weight. He's fighting where he used to fight at. I think it's an easy matchup for him. I don't think Rashad Evans should fight anymore. I don't know why he's going to 205. He should retire, in my opinion. He's not live at all. I think Smith goes out there and puts him away. I will say one thing, though. If the fight goes later, then, Evans, could grind him out. But I think what's going to happen is Smith's going to go out there and put him away in the first round. But hey, if he gets out of the first round, then if all you live bettors out there, take a shot. You know what I'm talking about, you, Sean. Take a shot on Rashard Evans. But in my opinion,
No, just throwing away your money if you take a shot on Rashad Evans.
no, I'm not saying betting. I'm saying like live bet it if it gets out of the first. I'm not saying like straight or any of that stuff. You know, Smith's gonna win. I'm just saying.
Anthony
Go
Smith
ahead.
has third round TKOs.
Yeah, but like I saw, the thing is though he gasses though too. I mean, he has 3 round TKOs, but I feel like the longer the fight goes, Evans could kind of grind him out because he could get takedowns here. Well, like, let's be honest. Smith's
When was
takedown
the
defense
last
isn't
time
the
Rashad
best.
Evans? When was the last? Yeah, maybe.
He could, but he's not gonna win. I got Smith. I'm just saying if it goes late, it could get hairy. What about you?
I got Anthony Smith. Like, I wouldn't even live bet. Like, I wouldn't even bet. I wouldn't touch Rashad Evans at all in this fight. You know, he's way past his prime. What he couldn't even beat. Did he fight Old Man Kelly? I feel like he
Yeah,
lost against Kelly. Like, come
Dan
on, bro.
Kelly
You could. You lost against Kelly. Who?
I
He
bet
lost
Dan Kelly
against.
there.
He lost against like freaking. I want to say like the scrubs of the scrubs. You know what I mean? They're
Sam
giving him
Alvey.
like
You bought Sam Alvey, right?
Sam Alvey. Yeah, like, come on. They're giving him like toss up. Like, I mean, Sam Alvey's good, but he's like, I mean, he's John Volante's level. You know, like John Volante's not good. So
Tom Vellante won that fight, bro.
and I don't know, man. I think Rashad Evans was great, but this is not like the game has passed him up, bro. Like, this isn't the 1990s anymore. Whenever he knocked out I feel like he knocked out
Chuck Liddell like
Chuck
1870 or something.
Liddell was so long ago, man.
It was like 1830 or something like that. Pretty sure.
No, what year? You
Like
remember?
40 years ago.
It was
Nah,
so
it was
long
like
ago.
it was like 8. I don't even know what it was.
But it was way before. Like, I think Anthony Smith is going to get the finish. It could be any round. He's gotten third round TKOs against Hector Lombard and someone else. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another one. It was probably Anthony Sanchez. So
Andrew Sanchez. That
yeah,
bum.
Andrew Sanchez. So yeah, I got Anthony Smith by finish. Any round. Next fight, we got Rashad Couture versus Chris Della Rocha. Rashad Couture is 8-3. Della Rocha is 4-2. Hard to trust either of these guys with your fucking money. They both got knocked. I mean, Rashad Couture is coming off of 2 knockouts. I mean, the knockout by Ty is pretty bad. And if you got knocked out by Chase Sherman, that's pretty bad too. Chase Sherman's one of the worst guys in the division. Chris Rocha is not much better either. They're both coming off of 2 TKO losses. I don't even know who to go here, man. I'm probably gonna have to go with Couture, just because I think. I mean, dude, Della Rocha's fucking 39 years old, man. So, that's my reason. I think Couture is a younger guy and more athletic guy. So that's why I think he's gonna win. What about you?
Yeah, I actually got Della Rocha. You should watch his last fight against Milstead because that was a war. That was actually like one of the best fights I've ever seen. It was a slobber knocker. It was a disgusting fight to watch. I mean, these guys just looked like jobbers out there. But he has no quit, dude. I mean, dude, they stopped the fight, man, because he had like like a doctor stoppage or something. But I feel like he has a way better chin than Coulter. Coulter's chin is so bad. I think he gets way more heart. I think he's actually gonna go out there and finish Coulter in the first round. So. I got Della Rocha, but I'm not betting it at all. I'm not going to put it on DraftKings either. So, yeah, I got Della Rocha. Don't tell me. So, next fight, we got Ricardo Lamas versus Mirsad Bektic. And, wow, this is, one of the best fights tonight. Lamas, I mean, I faded him with Jason Knight and got smoked. I faded him with Josh Emmett and won. And, Mirsad Bektic, man, I know, like a lot of people think he's like the next best thing in the division and all that. And I was high on him too, man. I mean, I went out there and parlayed him with someone when he fought Darren Elkins, and then the dude just dropped the ball in that third round. He gassed. I mean, he showed that he was chinny. I mean, he's been knocked out before. He got in a think it was like a DQ or something. Chad Skelly like knocked him out with a legal knee or something. So he is chinny for sure. He's definitely the faster guy out there. I think he's more explosive. But Lamas I think is more rounded. I think on the feet it's really close. They're both chinny. Lamas is coming off a very bad, knockout loss against Emmett. In my opinion, though, I really do think the Lamas is going to win this fight. I think Lamas could survive the first round. And I think he could hurt him on the feet. I think if he takes him down, he has the advantage. He has good grappling. He has very good chokes. He has good submission game. I do think he's on his way out, but I think he's good enough to beat Bektic. I think he's still a top 10 guy, there's a lot of guys. I think he could beat Zabit. And I know a lot of people would be like, no way. But Ricardo Lamas is no joke, dude. Yeah, I fade him with Josh Emmett, but I just feel like because Josh Emmett, that overhand right, I just don't know if Bektic, has that one punch power. And he trains at TriStar now. He might be like really, I'm not gonna say hesitant, but more volume. But yeah, man, I got the dog. I think Lamas is gonna go out there and finish him. So I got Lamas by a sub. I think he's gonna hurt him on the feet and then Darce. So Lamas by a second round Darce. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to go with Lamas too. I do think the vet's gonna use his experience to get the win. He's very well rounded too. He's got good grappling. Ricardo Lamas got good striking. He got smoked by Chris Emmett, but Chris Emmett was a freaking lightweight. Let's be honest. This one didn't make weight that fight, so that was kind of sketchy for Lamas to make. It kind of sucks being in a position when your opponent doesn't make weight because it's like the odds are against you, bro. It's like what they like 8 people that out of 9 have a 1 this year, that didn't make weight. So that's pretty. I don't know. It's kind of cheating in a way, but whatever. It is what it is. You get extra money, but yeah. I'm about to go with Ricardo Lamas. He's a more vet. Mashar Bektic lost to Elkins. I do think he can quit if it gets hard. If Ricardo Lamas can grind it out and maybe get a late finish. So I'm going to have to go with Lamas to get the upset. I think he's live, man. I don't blame anyone for betting it. Next fight, we got the main event of the prelims. In my opinion, it should be at the pay-per-view. Fucking get Holly Holm out of there and put Overeem in there. Let's put Holly Holm in the fucking – if you want to put CM Punk in the pay-per-view, then take Holly Holm and put her in the prelims.
Wait. You skipped a fight.
Oh, Claudia Gadelha versus oh, my bad.
It's okay.
All right, next fight, my bad, is Claudia Gadelha versus Carla Esparza. I don't know what the line was, but it was off, But I do think Claudia is going to win this fight. I do think she's better everywhere. Maybe she gasses. She might gas. Carla Esparza might have the better gas tank, but I don't think Carla Esparza is going to be good enough to finish her. So maybe might win the third round at best, but I don't know. Carla Esparza beat Rose when Rose was kind of like not very mentally like ready or whatever. But Claudia, in my opinion, is going to smash Carla. I think she's going to be able to defend the takedown, dictate where the fight goes, and get the win. What about you?
Yeah, man, I was actually looking, to play Esparza pre-tape, and then I watched the tape, and I was like, yeah, the line's off for sure. But even though Claudia, she is going to be fading. I'm going to be fading her really soon. She's still a top 5 girl, and she's tough to deal with, dude. She's like really strong for the division, physically big. I don't think Esparza can finish her at all. Esparza maybe could win the third round, like you mentioned. She might have the better gas tank, but I think Claudia could actually take her down here at will. I don't know if Carla's gonna be able to take her down. Maybe. I know she hasn't fought an American wrestler like her, but on the feet, Claudia's not, in my opinion, that good of a striker, but she's definitely a more technical and better striker than Carla. Carla's not that good of a striker either. Carla could throw volume, but Carla's a winner, dude. She's definitely, a very underrated fighter in the division, but I just think Claudia's gonna bully her. I think Claudia's just the better grappler, and I think she can kind of grind it out. But if it goes the third round, if she kind of blows her wad, Carla could take over, but Carl's not going to finish her. Let's be honest. So it's a close fight though, but I think I think Claudia's going to go out there and handle it. So I got Claudia by a 29-28 decision. So next fight we got Curtis Blaydes versus Alistar Overeem. This is another close fight because Overeem doesn't have a chin, and I don't like betting guys that don't have chins. But it's actually a pretty good matchup for him because I don't think Blaydes is gonna be able to take him down. And on the feet, Overeem's a better striker. I think he can pick him apart. He actually has good jiu-jitsu too. We don't really see it. Blaydes improves every fight. The guy has a chin on him. He took that. That he got dropped by Mark Hunt, and then he just bit down his mouthpiece and took him down. I don't see him getting the takedowns here, man. I mean, I think even if he does, I think he could be in trouble because Liam is very good, on the ground. I just feel like this is a very hard fight to call, because Blaydes has good striking. Let's be honest, but I mean, it's not. I feel like it could be a lot better than it is. I think Reem is the better striker. Reem can, mess him up in the clinch. I actually think Reem is so live here. Yeah, honestly, he might be one of the, the best plays for dogs, but I can't pick him here because that chin. So I'm gonna go with Blaydes. I feel like he's gonna find a way to crack that chin, but it's a sweaty fight, man, because Reem could definitely knock him out for sure. So I got Curtis Blaydes just because that chin, in my opinion, is done. What about you?
I actually think the line's right here. I think Overeem's on his way out, bro. Like, he does a chicken dance with the fucking gust of wind. He's literally running away from his opponents in the fight. Literally running away, bro. That's his like technique, is to run away. That shit's hilarious, dude, when he does that. So you can tell he can't take a punch anymore. Stipe fucked him up. I mean, he has a good knockout against Mark Hunt. That was pretty good. But fucking Francis Ngannou sent him to the next dimension. And I think Curtis Blaydes is the next up and comer that's gonna get a highlight reel finish over Overeem to catapult him up to a better ranking. I think he's got the better wrestling. I do think he can take Overeem down at will. He's very athletic, and the fact that he can mix it up so well, I think he's going to be able to land some heavy shots as well. So I'm going to have to go with Curtis Blaydes with the finish. And yeah, man, I was thinking about betting it earlier, but now he's too much of a favorite. He's minus 185, so I do think the value is on Overeem, but I do think the line is right, man. I think Curtis Blaydes is going to get the win. Next fight, we got CM Punk versus Mike Jackson. They're both 0-1. They're fighting in the UFC in a pay-per-view event. So CM Punk, he got chopped by Mickey Gall pretty easily. I mean, it looked like Mickey Gall just had his way with him, and Mike Jackson got choked out even quicker. I saw Mike Jackson's Muay Thai video, and he just got smoked. He's very uncoordinated. I don't know what he's doing fighting. Maybe he's getting paid to take dives. I don't know. It looks like he's someone that they bring in to lose, So believe it or not, I'm gonna pick CM Punk to win this fight. I think he's a more athletic guy, and that's what's gonna get the fight. That's what's gonna win him the fight. His athleticism. I know he's been taking damage, but I mean, anyone, do not bet fucking Mike Jackson. He's brought in there to lose. Don't be surprised if CM Punk gets the finish. So I'm gonna go with CM Punk.
Yeah, there's not really
know what to say.
There's no breakdown.
I'm disappointed in myself.
There's no breakdown either, man. I got CM Punk too, but I'm just not a big enough of a jobber to play it. I thought about playing CM Punk, but I just don't have any reasoning behind it besides maybe Mike Jackson might take a dive. He's brought him to lose. I mean, CM Punk, they want Punk to win the fight. I mean, I hope what they do is, they give Punk another fight after this, after he wins. Give Punk, Zach Cummings. That'd be pretty good.
Smoke him. Cummings will smoke him.
That'd be a pretty good bounce back win for Cummings. They wouldn't do that though. Cummings would be like minus 3,000. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this. I got CM Punk at the end. Next fight, we got Andre Arlovski versus Tuivasa. This is a pretty straightforward fight. A lot of people are saying Andre's live. I just think that he got lucky his last two fights because he fought two jobbers in my opinion. Tybura gave him way too much respect. Dude, I can go off on Tybura so much. He pissed me so off against Derek Lewis, but he's gonna beat Struve. We can talk about that another time. But yeah, Tuivasa's he is raw. He's green for sure, but I think he's gonna knock him out in the first round. I mean, he could get taken down. I think he'll get right back up, but it's a straightforward fight. I think he's gonna connect that chin. And the days of Andre Arlovski winning fights are over. What about you?
I agree with you 100%. I don't think Andre's going to be able to hug his way to a decision here. I swear, I think that's what he did against those other guys, man. It's not like he beat Stefan Struve, who Stefan Struve does not want to fight. Let's say that, dude. Stefan Struve does not want to fight anymore. He's number one on the fade list. I feel dumb for not betting Arlovski in that fight, but Stefan Struve is done. That win counts, but I mean, I take it by a grain of salt. And his win over Junior Albini sucks too, man. He just got choked out by a fucking guy that can barely walk. On top of, like, as he was passing guard, he got fucking Ezekiel choked. I mean, come on, like he sucks. Let's just say that. Ty has actually been knocking people out, man. He's got heavy hands, bro. And I think once he touches Arlovski, it's night. This fool's big Samoan. I think he's the next Mark Hunt. You're not gonna be able to take those tree trunk legs down, bro. And he's the next Mark Hunt. Like, watch. He's gonna be good. I think Tai Tuisamov has a lot of potential here. So I got him by finish. Next fight, we got Holly Holm versus Megan Anderson. Holly Holm is known for dropping the ball. She got choked out by Miesha Tate, choked out unconscious. She did beat Ronda Rousey, but before that, come on, no one really cared about her. She beat Ronda Rousey. She got smoked by Miesha Tate. She lost to Jermaine Durandamy. She did beat Betch, but Betch sucks. Let's be honest. Betch got knocked out by Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey has horrible striking. So, and Megan Anderson is live here, bro. I think she's an actual 145-pound girl, man. She's a big girl. If she decides to take down Holly Holm, I think she's going to give her a lot of problems. So I'm going to have to go with Megan Anderson with the true 145er. What about you?
God, this is a coin flip of a fight, honestly. I don't know. So many people are like betting Holly Holm here. I don't know why. Megan Anderson, there's not a lot of good tape on her. I mean, she has a good record, but I mean, her striking is pretty bad. The Cindy Dan Noyes fight, a lot of people think that girl's a jobber. She is a jobber, but she wins fights. Holly Holm, grunt and run. I don't know, man. She hasn't looked good lately. She's on her way out. She's getting older. Megan has the size. I don't have a good read on this fight, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with Holly Holm. I think she's gonna grunt and run to a decision, but I'm not confident in the bet. I think Megan Anderson could easily win this fight. Next fight, we got the best fight of the night, in my opinion. We got my second play. We got Nerd Bash 2018, Colby Covington, the future champ, versus RDA. And I got 4 units on Colby at plus 110. Thank God we took that before it went to minus 115. I think this kid is the future, man. I think this guy is going to be Woodley. I think he's the best grappler in the division. I think his pace is ridiculous. The way he dictates the fight. He's a true welterweight. RDA is a lightweight. Khabib took him down at will. Obviously, that's Khabib, but he showed the game plan. And Colby's not going to go out there and just strike with him like he did against Maia. A lot of people are like, "Oh, well, Colby goes out there and does that same thing. He's going to lose." Obviously, he is. But Colby's going to mix it up. Colby didn't take down Maia because he was afraid. I wasn't going to say he's afraid, but I mean, he was beating him on the feet, man. He won every round. He dominated Maia in Brazil, and Colby, he's not the better striker than RDA. His striking is, it's not bad. I think it's he's improved a lot, but he's not an idiot, dude. He has the grappling advantage by far. I feel like he could take him down, grind him out. I don't think RDA, is the same RDA. I mean, yeah, he's looked good at welterweight, but who is he beaten? He's beaten Robbie Lawler, who's done. He's beaten Neil Magny, who sucks, and he's beaten Cass Stafford, who just washed my car 3 days ago. So I mean, you can see the same thing about Covington, but I mean, the way he beat Maya, dude, that was impressive in my opinion. And he had a way better impressive fight than Usman. So I just think the way he's gonna win this fight is how he wins every fight, but his pace, his cardio, the way he dictates the fight. I think he's gonna take him down at will. He doesn't get tired. He's gonna break RDA, and I'm gonna go out and win. I think he's gonna get a finish here. I think he's gonna hurt RDA, and I think he's gonna pound him out with strikes in the 4th round. So I got Nerdbash 2018, and all you nerds out there, man, you better keep on running, man. Take notice because Colby's gonna get that strap pretty soon, and I hate Tyron Woodley so much. I think he's a good fighter, but it's a bad matchup for him against Colby, dude. I think Colby's gonna put him on his ass and beat him. So I got Colby. What about you?
All right.
Nerdbash.
You're so funny, dude. You're a freaking nerd, and you say that. That's...
I know.
But like, Colby Covington's a douchebag, man. You can tell his thing is like scripted, bro. It's like, I'm not a fan of his of what he's doing, but I am a fan of him inside the ring, and he's very good. He's very talented. I can't hate on what he's doing either because, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get people to watch. More people to watch you. That means more money. So, I mean, I can't hate on him for doing his thing to get more money because at the end of the day, you got to promote yourself. So, I don't take the thing personally. I mean, I do think Dos Anjos is a great fighter. I like him. He's a good guy, too. I think he's very respectable. It's very hard picking him against him, but I have to do it here. Like you said, man. He's beaten, and it's just like I just can't go with my emotion, man. I got to go with what I see on the tape. And, Dos Anjos is good striking, but, I mean, when you watch his fight against Khabib, he was getting dominated, man. And it's going to be a hard time when he's going up against the bigger wrestler. He's going up in a division, 170. Colby Covington's like a fucking – he won wrestling, like some wrestling championships, so – he might be the best of the best. One of them for sure, at least in the 170. Him and Usman are top wrestlers for sure. I think Colby Covington is going to be able to out-grapple him here for the decision. But I do think it's going to be pretty dominant. As long as he keeps it grappling, he can't let Rafael Dos Anjos strike or get in those leg kicks. I think Dos Anjos leg kicks are pretty good. So as long as he's able to close the distance and kind of grind him out, and I think he get the win. Colby Covington. But I think his fight against Woodley is a tough one because Woodley's got some good wrestling too. So, and he's one shot, or at least hurt him and win the round. But so I'm gonna have to go with Colby Covington, and I do have 4 units on him. Let's go, bro picks.
Your best 2018.
Yeah, Nerd Badge 2018. So, all you virgins out there, stop hating. All right, next fight.
Talking to you, Kelton. Just kidding.
This fight is one of I think this is going to be the most exciting fight of the card. I'm going to be watching it as a fan. I'm not going to have any money on it. It's Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero. They're going to be fighting again for the middleweight belt, the official belt. Robert Whittaker won the first fight. He's a younger guy. Romero just coming off of an impressive 3rd round finish over Luke Rockhold. Looked like he took his soul away in that fight. He's notorious for 3rd round finishes. He's got one over Weidman. So he's legit. That knee that on Weidman, I mean, he kind of lulls you to sleep and then explodes on you. So very Machida-like, but way more explosive. And Robert Whittaker, man, he's got really good takedown defense and the best boxing I've seen in this division. So, yeah, man, I think he's going to be able to do the same thing he did the first fight, if not more dominant. I think he's going to defend the takedown and outstrike him. The only thing I'm worried about is he's been coming off a long layoff, so I'm curious to see how that affected his performance. But Yoel Romero, too, man, had a fucked up knee with Luke Rockhold, so I wonder how that happened or how that affected his training or if it's better now or what happened with that. So I'm not going to put those things into consideration. I'm going to assume that they're both coming in at their best we've ever seen them. So with that being said, I'm going to have to go with Robert Whittaker. What about you?
Yeah, this is a very tricky and close fight. I'm actually undefeated betting Whittaker. I think I'm 4-0. I'm like 2-1 betting Yold. I mean, I was sweating that fight, the last fight. I bet Whittaker against Romero, and I mean, it all came down in the 5th round. I think this fight could be, another 5-round fight. I'm really worried about, Whittaker. He hasn't fought in a while. The infection. Who knows how he's gonna look? Romero, man, is just so nasty, man. I mean, just like you mentioned, like he just, fights. He just turns up from like 0 to 100 at like any given time, and just really, could finish you whenever. The Rockhold win was legit. We both cashed that bet. I think he is definitely getting old in age. I think, Whittaker is the better striker. He has very good boxing, but I do think Yoel could take him down. I don't know if Yoel can control him because Whittaker has a very good get-up game, and, he's never really been controlled. But it's a toss-up, man. It's such a close fight, man. Yoel's super live here, but, I'm just going to have to pass on this fight. I'll play it on DraftKings, but yeah, man, I got Whittaker. I think he's going to go out there, and I don't think he's going to finish him because it's really hard to finish Romero. But I think he's going to win another very, very close fight. It could be a split. But I just think, Romero's going to win it early, and I think Whittaker's going to win it late. So I got Romero by the first 2 rounds, and then the last 3 going to be by Whittaker. But I think it's going to be a split. I think this one will be a split. So I got Whittaker by split decision. And I hope he fights Rockhold in the future, but he probably won't because Rockhold sucks. So, yeah, man. So our plays, I got Colby and I got Pettis. What about you?
I got 4 units Colby. Thinking about making a play on Pettis or Guida or Mike Santiago.
All right, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks, I think, for Cowboy Cerrone versus Leon Edwards.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Later, you virgins and nerds. And hey, one thing, Nerdbash 2018. You guys better represent.
I'm coming to lay that pipe.